guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited about having you guys here every single week, listening to tips to help you grow and expand your business, all right? I'm super excited about this. Now, without any further ado, today I wanted to talk about how to pitch your business to another business for a partnership. But one thing I've noticed is that every time we do a wedding, we post about it, we have photos up on Instagram and Facebook, maybe we blog about it, we get an influx of people saying, hey, I'm a graphic artist, hey, I do this, hey, I'm a band, hey, I'm this, and sending us information. And most of the time, it's not helpful as far as helping me to remember who they are or figure out which clients would be great for them. And I don't really have that much incentive to consider the business, especially because I only got an email from them and I don't know them and I have no experience with them. But there are a few people who in the past have done a really great job of pitching their services to us in a way that helps us to actually use them in the future. And that's what I want to talk about today, like how to pitch yourself to another business. I do want to start and say that most partnerships do come from experience with working with another business, because a lot of times businesses want to know that, okay, I'm referring someone who already does great work, or I'm subcontracting someone who already does great work, because their name is also on the line, right? So most of the time, I'm just gonna say most of the time partnerships do come from businesses who've seen what you do and they want to now partner with you, right? Like right now we have 3 or 4 venues that, refer their clients to us, and they refer their clients to us because of the experience of working with us in the past, and they enjoyed that experience. So they tell future clients like, hey, if you're looking for someone, contact Sketchworks Events, contact Faye, contact Adela, whoever, because they enjoyed the experience of working with us in the past. That said, it's not the only way to get partnerships and to get people to send their business your way or to consider using you. There are other ways, but I will say that most people don't approach this right at all. Like, let's say you make really pretty straws and you want to pitch yourself to a coffee shop up the street, or let's say that you make really great art and you want to pitch yourself to a space that also sells art but does something else. Like, there are different ways to pitch, reasons that you may want to partner with another business, but that there's one thing that will make them actually consider you. It's literally just one, and that one thing is adding value. I know that may sound cliche, but it's really important. You definitely want to add value in order to get any kind of partnership with any kind of venue. An example would be, I'll start with my industry and then I'll give examples outside. In my industry, we're wedding planners. A lot of us in the industry, for many different reasons, like to do styled shoots, right? We want to show the world what we can do, show them our creativity. And so you may need a venue to give you a space for free for the styled shoot, or you may be looking for different things. Or even if you're a venue owner, you just may not have great photos of events at your venue because maybe photographers never really follow up with you and give you the information, etc. So something that's of value to a venue owner may be photos. One thing that I know has been successful in the past for different photographers that I know is going to a venue and saying, hey, allow me to take photos at your next event, or maybe to set up your venue and take photos, and I'll give you the high resolution photos that you can use in your brochures and on your website and in your marketing material. So now you are enabling that venue that you want to work with to see your work, not only see your work, but you're giving them something that's of value to them. A lot of venues are beautiful, but not all of them have great photos of weddings and events in their spaces. I don't really know why, but for a venue that understands the importance of marketing and who's been maybe struggling to get this in the past, that's something of value to them. And once you give that to them, that keeps you top of mind with that venue and helps them to say, wow, this is a really good business, because every time they bring anyone in, they'll say, oh, these are photos of our venue, and show the photos that you gave them, which in turn incentivizes them to say, oh, and by the way, this photographer is on our list. And if you need this photographer for your wedding or your baby shower or whatever's coming up, consider them. So that's adding value, right? Like, you're not just saying, hey, I'm available for photography and whatever. You're giving the venue something that's of value to them, and you're giving them something of value to them that ties back to what you do. You didn't just like send them a mug or something. You sent them something that allows them to see the value of your work and to really kind of like promote it for you. So one of the things that people do absolutely wrong, and I hate when I see these emails because I almost want to be like, no, this doesn't work. But of course that's offensive to respond to someone and say this is a bad marketing tactic. So I usually don't say anything, but just saying, hey, my name is so-and-so, I live in California and I'm available for makeup. Like, I get that a lot. And the thing is that like I said earlier, we do weddings everywhere, but primarily in the DC metro area and along the East Coast. So when someone's like, hey, I'm in California, I do makeup, I'm available for travel, it's like, I don't really know you. And then now you're talking about me flying you out, which means paying your fee and paying for your travel to get you here to do makeup for a client, and I don't know if it's gonna be good. That doesn't incentivize me, right? to pitch you to a client, because A, you're going to be more expensive than the people I know more than likely. And even if you do come out to be about the same price, I don't know anything about how good your work is. Like, your portfolio doesn't have anything on it, etc. But one thing that does add value is to say, hey, I'm a makeup artist and I live in California, but I'll be coming to DC in 3 weeks. If by any chance you and your team are going to be available, I would love to do makeup for you guys, just so you guys can get to see my process. And I'd love to, maybe take pictures or whatever, or if you guys need to do new branding shoots or whatever, I'd love to offer that for you for free. Let's set up a time where I can do that. Now, maybe I'm not available, maybe we don't have the time or whatever, but that's something that incentivizes me to say, oh, okay, I can actually experience how this person does makeup. I can see if they take 1 hour or if they take 3 hours. I can see if it matched my skin tone, and I can take pictures or whatever and just get a chance to experience it. So then we can talk more and say, hey, like, oh, when you come to the East Coast, do you charge a travel fee? How much is it, etc.? And I get a chance to interact with you, and that incentivizes me to help you. And of course, hopefully you already have a trip planned out here, or like you're gonna be here in a few months or whatever. So it's something that also doesn't cost you too much, because there's no guarantee when you reach out to someone like this that they're going to bring you business. But at least, just you have to do the work of finding that middle ground and figuring out how you can offer the other person something of value. And once you can do that, then when you pitch it, it's more likely to be so much more successful, right? A final example I have is, let's say, like I said earlier, let's say you make straws or you make a certain kind of cup and you want to market it to, let's say, a coffee shop down the street. Just saying, hey, I'd love to offer you guys these straws or these cups or whatever it is that you sell for the next week or the next month, right? Like, these are cups, I'd love for you guys to do it. Maybe you can just have like a month. Maybe if you guys have a fundraiser, especially coming up for something, lots of businesses do fundraisers where maybe 25% of proceeds are going to a nonprofit or something. I'd love to partner with that and offer you cups so that, you're not using your own cups. I'm giving you free cups to use just to help you lower how much you're spending on this event, since you're already giving away some to the nonprofit. And while I do that, I'd love to maybe set up a banner or something to let people know about my products and how we personalize cups, or we make custom straws for events or whatever, just so people know what we do. That's something that people are more likely to listen to than just sending an email saying, hey, I offer custom straws. Because the truth is that at that point, you're leaving it to the person that you're trying to pitch to figure out how to use it, versus you doing the work of figuring out how it might be of value to the business that you're pitching to. So in summary, if you're going to pitch your service to someone else, you want to get someone else to start essentially sending you clients, you have to show your value to them, which means that you have to find the problem that you're solving in their life. You have to do a little bit of work. And then once you have that, pitch it to them, offer them something for free, but that also gives you exposure. And then once you do that, then that's how you kind of start to build the relationship. This is not foolproof. It's not like 100% of the times that you do this, you're going to get a response. But in the times that you do get a response, it kind of opens the door for you to create a relationship, right? The thing is, and the reason I say this is because I talked about how earlier, every single time I do a wedding, we get emails asking for, just basically saying, hey, I'm available. But the thing is that you saw pictures of the wedding that I did because I already have photographers that I work with, and I already have stylists that I work with, and all of this. Not that I don't want to add more, but I only want to add more people who are going to do valuable work for my clients, which means you need to show me that first before I just put you in front of my clients. Like, there's got to be something valuable that you're giving. Another example would be maybe offering a discounted service for a future client, right? A great example would be, in the past, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I had a photographer reach out and say, hey, I really love your work. I want to work with you really bad. Just let me know next time you have a client, if they're in a tight budget, send them my way. I'll do the work because I really want to work with you. How that worked is that I sent the client their way. They booked the photographer. The photographer did a great job on their 2-day wedding. And that client had another friend who they sent my way, and I planned the wedding, and they requested the same photographer to do their wedding because they love the photographer's work. So the first client, they did at a discount, but the second client they charged full price for, because by then, we'd already built a relationship. So that's like a perfect example of how you pitch your service and show value and help to solve a problem. Because the problem I had with the first client was that the budget was a little tighter, right? So that helped me to solve a problem. I didn't necessarily benefit in like making more money, but that's not always where you're going, right? A lot of times people will say, oh, why don't I just offer a kickback? I'll just give you 10% of any sale or whatever. But that doesn't always benefit me in the way that you might think, or the person you're pitching to in the way that you might think. Because if you offer a kickback but the service is not good, then it just makes you look bad. And then of course, especially if the client finds out that you only pitch them their way because of a kickback, it looks bad. So because of that, certain business owners are actually afraid of kickbacks. They don't even want it. So once they see your email saying, oh yeah, I'll offer you 10% off, they're not even interested, because they're like, maybe they've had an experience of that in the past. So solving a problem isn't always just offering a kickback or a percentage. A lot of times it's really just like thinking a little bit deeper and how you can help that person solve the client's problem better. So that's just my little spiel on that. So I really hope that this has been helpful in like finding ways to offer value to other businesses when you are pitching your services to them. Again, when you're able to offer value and the other person can see the value in what you're offering, you're more likely to get an email back. You're more likely to be able to set up an appointment and consider, moving forward. So I really hope that this has been helpful for you. I really hope that some of you who have been emailing me watch this video and that this helps you, to better craft your messages as you're reaching out to other people to try to find partnerships to grow your business, because partnerships are important. Again, most partnerships happen after you've interacted with someone and after you've worked with them, which is why I'm suggesting a lot of the methods that I suggested in this video, because it just solidifies and allows the person to see how you work and to be comfortable before promoting you somewhere else. So I really hope this has been helpful. As usual, I have a new video coming out next week, so make sure that you subscribe because I don't want you to miss it, all right? Every month and every week, really, I've got new tips to help you grow and thrive in business, and I cannot wait for you to see it, all right? So make sure you subscribe, share this video to those that you may know who are just starting a business or who need help with expanding their business, and make sure you like the video as well, all right? If this content was helpful for you, make sure you like it, all right? Help me with my stats. I'm really trying to grow this channel this year, and I really hope that you will help and that you'll go along this journey with me, all right? Thanks so much for tuning in. All the best in your business, and I cannot wait to see you thrive, all right?